This is Ospreyeye from mychartcoach.com, and we're going to take a look at some more ticker symbols that are in play today. Okay, let's take a look at INVT. This is a play that we were, in yesterday. We like this move above the middle Bollinger Band, the bounce above the middle Bollinger Band here. Notice that it was in this long downtrend channel, and then yesterday there was a break above the descending resistance line, the red descending resistance line above EMA's 4, 8, and 13 and the middle Bollinger Band. That was signaling more upside potential, and it was putting the 50-day simple moving average at 23 on deck. The share price hit that level today and pulled back, and so it was a nice follow through. There was big volume today, so a nice 2-day move going forward. The INVT needs to close above this green line, the 50-day simple moving average, and turn it into support. If that happens, then we could be talking about a run up here to the 100-day simple moving average. It's currently hitting this big resistance here, this April support zone at 20, this 23 to 25 support zone. That is now turned into big resistance. If it can break above that level and turn it back into support, then the uptrend can continue. If it fails to break this 50-day simple moving average next week, on Monday it fails to push through and it starts to pull back, look for the middle Bollinger Band at 18 as a potential reload level as long as it holds. If it closes back below the middle Bollinger Band, then it will no longer be in play. So nice 2-day move. Let's see if it can keep going. You've got this nice move on MACD on both time frames, a bullish crossover on PSAR. There was a bullish crossover on ADX. The RSI looks really good here at 54. It's not overbought until 70. Notice that it hadn't been above 54 in many months. And the same thing with Fasto. Fasto is above 50 now for the first time in many months. So the chart is really heating up here. It just needs to break 50-day simple moving average resistance to head higher. Okay, let's look at FCEL. Okay, notice RSI here is trying to break 50. If it can get above 50 and stay above that level, it could get running again. Notice back here on the previous good run, it broke above 50 and continued higher on RSI. Okay, you've got Fasto now up here in the overbought power zone, which fuel cell can push higher at that level historically. You've got plus DI that's really cruising up here next to minus DI, the red line. If the green line crosses to the red line to the upside, that'll be another signal that the chart is heating up. The bullish development was yesterday's close above the middle Bollinger Band, the dotted purple line currently at $1, 1.00. That was a signal that there was more upside potential. Good follow through today. Our next target is the bottom of the gap and this upper Bollinger Band. Basically about 120 is the next level. The bottom of the gap is always a tough level to break. If it does break, you could see the 50-day simple moving average at 127 tested. So yeah, this is a good strong move. There was a PSAR bull flip today. The chart is really heating up. If this middle Bollinger Band and a dollar level holds, then a new uptrend should begin. It's going to have to bust through the bottom of the gap to head higher. There was bullish crossovers on MACD signaling a bullish change in trend. Keep in mind that breaking the bottom of gap is always tough to do. Okay, RGLS is another stock that's making a bullish move above resistance today. Another stock that's breaking 50 on RSI. That's cool because it shows that it's in the bull zone with more room to run until overbought levels. It's pinched on ADX. We want to see the green line cross the black line to the upside. The bullish move here is the break above the middle Bollinger Band and the 50 and 100-day simple moving averages. That is, a close above all three levels would be extremely bullish and would signal more upside potential, putting the closing price here on May 2nd on deck at 185. That is the next target if it can hold this, stay above this gold and green line. Notice that the green line is crossing the gold line to the upside. That's a signal that the chart is building strength. The 50-day simple moving average is crossing the 100-day simple moving average to the upside. So yeah, this chart is heating up. It has to stay above these three levels to remain in play. If it drops back below, then it could continue consolidating. Okay, the one red flag is this is a move on very light volume. Okay, it needs more volume to solidify the move. It's always better when there's strong volume. A bullish crossover in 8, 13, and 5, and then you've got the 12, 26, and 9 crossing over today. So those are both signals that the chart is heating up. And Let's look here at I believe what we did this in the last video, and then for the last stock we're going to look at in this video is IMMY, and this is another stock making a bullish move above resistance. As you can see here, it's had this gap up open above the middle Bollinger Band, currently at 368. If it can turn that level into support, it could get a new uptrend going. It's also breaking the 50-day simple moving average. It needs to stay above that level, currently at 384, and then notice it's breaking this descending resistance line. There's three key resistance levels right here. You've got the middle Bollinger Band, the 50-day simple moving average, and the descending resistance line. If it can close above all three levels and turn them into support, you could see a run up here to about 445 next week to test the high close horizontal resistance here on the 21st, it looks like. And so, yeah, that would be the next target if it can get this new uptrend going. The one red flag, I mean, there is a small gap between high of day yesterday and low of day today. The wicks and the candles they almost filled the gap, but not quite. That's almost filled. So yeah, so we'll see if it needs to come down and fill that gap first, or if it can start this new uptrend and push higher. There was a PSAR bull flip, and then the MACD bull cross in the 8, 13, and 5 is very bullish. And then what you want to see next week is you want to see the MACD line, this black line, cross the signal line to the upside. That would be a signal that would indicate that a new uptrend is starting. Okay, so yeah, thank you very much for viewing this video. Check this out at mychartcoach.com and our YouTube channel at mychartcoach.com. Thank you.